In this video, I want to once again go through a couple of updates on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 titles. Let's cut the chatter and get right into it. First of all, ESRB has rated Bloober Team's The Medium for PlayStation 5. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with this game, it dropped on Xbox Series and PC, I want to say earlier this year, and it actually turned out to be a pretty trippy horror game. I played it on PC through Xbox Game Pass PC, and it was a pretty interesting title. It had like two different realities you could go to, and it was a pretty mysterious game. It was a very difficult game to run on PC. I have a pretty decent PC, but so it looked really good, but yeah, it was a little bit difficult to run. This is done by Bloober Team, by the way, who are the same guys that brought you the excellent Observer, and this falls in line as a very psychological horror game as well, and now it has been rated for the PlayStation 5 on the ESRB, so this is pretty exciting given the fact that whenever an ESRB rating is shown up for a game, 99% of the times it does end up happening, and I never ended up fully completing the medium, so I definitely want to go back and play it again and finish it up. You know, the Entertainment Software Ratings Board, ESRB's Ratings Board, description of the game notes, this is an adventure horror game in which players assume the role of a medium investigating an abandoned communist resort in Poland. As players explore dilapidated buildings, they can transition to a spiritual hellish realm to help solve puzzles and interact with characters. Some interactions unlock sequences that depict instances of violence, a character shooting a girl, a character beating and choking a bound man from a first-person view. You guys get the idea. They go into some profanity, so I won't get into that, but yeah, a pretty good game. I probably wouldn't pay $49.99 or $59.99 for the game at this point, given that it did come out earlier this year, and it was on Xbox Game Pass, so when it comes to PlayStation 5, you know, if you can get it for $30 or so, I think it would be a great pickup, especially if you're into those more psychological-driven horror titles. You're probably gonna have a good time with it, so let's hope it does drop later this year since the game is already fully completed. Alright, moving on from that, 2D run-and-gun platformer Warhammer 40k Shada's Blood and Teeth has been announced for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, so they're not letting up at all with the Warhammer 40k experience. I mean, they've always been pretty popular, but now they're going really in-depth with a variety of different genres. From the developers of the Guns, Gore, and Cannoli franchise comes a new 2D run-and-gun platformer, Warhammer 40k Shada's Blood and Teeth. Spearhead an Orc invasion, destroy the Hive City, and kill your war boss. Here we go. It's coming in 2022. The game notes, never enough. Destroy your foes using a great arsenal of weapons and rain destruction down upon them. No one can stand in your way. Massive explosions and flying body parts ain't never been this fun. Feel the emotion and violence built up until it bursts out as a storm of bullets. Violence begets violence as the massive destruction you cause builds up into a full-blown unstoppable, because orcs are made for two things, fighting and winning, so they say. So again, this is coming from Rogue Side, so they did do Guns, Gore, and Cannoli, and if my memory serves me correctly, that game was received pretty well. Yeah, very positive reception on Steam for that game. I never played it too much, but I did hear about it, and now we got their next game in Warhammer 40k Shada's Blood and Teeth coming to all platforms, I believe. PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, PC, and PlayStation 5, so it will be dropping in 2022. Again, Warhammer 40k making a lot of moves. They've been giving out free games on Steam and GOG, put a lot of their games on discount not too long ago, and now they got a bunch of new games coming out as well, so pretty cool to see that come together. Okay, moving on from that, we have Beasts of Maravilla Island. This is coming June 12th for Nintendo Switch and PC, and then Beasts of Maravilla Island will be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One later thereafter. Now, this is a game I actually did look into because I knew it was coming out on Nintendo Switch, and we did a game looking at Switch games coming in June. Now, this looks to be a very soothing and relaxing game. You take on the role of a young wildlife photographer who traverses to Maravilla Island's magical ecosystem to discover extraordinary creatures, learn their behaviors, and most importantly, photograph their majesty. Game has a pretty cool visual style as well, and obviously it's not going to be a game for everyone that's looking for a high-octane action-adventure title. It's not your Devil May Cry of the world, but it is a more relaxing game where it does focus on adventure and exploration and kind of taking in the scenery, and it does look like they do a pretty good job with the scenery in this game. Take on the role of an inspiring photographer and embark on your journey to fill your grandfather's photo book, traverse a beautifully unique world freely by running and climbing to discover and engage with the local wildlife, and throughout the game you'll curate your photo book to your liking by capturing multiple photos of each animal and choosing the best ones to showcase. So again, if you want it on Nintendo Switch, it'll be dropping on June 12th as well as on PC, and then it will be coming soon thereafter for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Next up, we have Greak, Memories of Azure. The side-scrolling single-player adventure game with hand-drawn animations will launch both physically and digitally for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC through Steam on August the 17th. Now, this game looks pretty slick. Love the visual style to this. A little bit simplistic at times, but also the backgrounds look absolutely awesome. It's got some action elements, RPG elements. It's a side-scrolling single-player game with, again, hand-drawn animations. You will take on the role of 3 siblings, Greak, Adara, and Raidel, to guide them through the lands of Azure, alternate control between them, and use their unique abilities to escape from the invasion. This is a game that I had not heard anything about, but it has been announced for a little while. It actually won some awards like Best Art Style. You've got fast-paced combat, unique gameplay, cinematic clip, a live orchestra soundtrack. Enjoy the expressive and atmospheric music theme specifically created to experience a unique adventure. So definitely keep this one on your radar. I think if more people knew about it, it would be something they'd be interested in, and it will be published by Team 17, and they've been publishing some good stuff. Again, dropping August 17th. And lastly, I do want to note that Ratchet & Clank A Rift Apart, yes, obviously you guys know it's out tomorrow, has gotten its final trailer, the launch trailer. It'll probably get like some accolades trailer too, now that I think about it, but has gotten its launch trailer. It's about 2 minutes long and gives you, you know, just some background as you head into the game. I'm super excited for the launch of this game. I think a lot of people got even more excited after the review drops. You know, it's got an 89 on Metacritic, a very respectful score, and even the lower scores are at like a 7 out of 10, which is still a pretty decent score. So, playing through a game right now, I'm actually doing another playthrough of Yakuza 0, and then I'm hoping to beat that game before Ratchet Rift Apart drops, and then I can jump right into that. A lot of stuff coming out, so I thought we had a couple days where it was a little bit of a breather, so I would go back and replay something from yesteryear. But yeah, the next few weeks are just going to be absolute insanity as far as new games. But nevertheless, that's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.